Yo, freedom marchers, freedom family, freedom lovers, freedom fighters. What's good? If y'all meant to get in here, if the algorithm let y'all know I'm here, or whatever, whatever they want to do, whatever they want to do. Anyway, how y'all doing on this Thursday, April 20th, 2023? And happy 420 for those of y'all who partaketh. Me, I don't, because I like to stay clear-headed. I like my mind to be on point, and I don't need nothing altering that. I don't like no mind altering nothing. I don't care how euphoric it is, magic mushrooms, this, that, and the third, I ain't gonna do it. I need my mind to be sober and clear. You know what I mean? But for those of you who partake, hey, happy 420. I ain't mad at you. I ain't gonna hate on you. Y'all doing what y'all doing. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm driving through the countryside on my way back to the house, and decided to take the more scenic route because Atlanta's too crazy right now, so I'm not going to drive through Atlanta. No way, no how. So, taking a different route, and it's more of a country road. Spring is upon us. It's the new year. The new year. The trees are green as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. And this is one of the things I love about being out this way. You get to enjoy all the nature and all the good Los Angeles, California. You got places in California where you have a lot of trees and it's not a lot of fresh air, particularly like Tahoe, the redwoods, which the redwoods aren't really doing too well right now since they've been burning the state down. But now it seems like they're trying to flood the state. So I don't know. But how y'all doing? It's been an interesting week. A lot of shit going on. Almost too much shit to keep up with. But one thing in particular I wanted to talk about was the kid. Shit, I forgot his name. How I forget his fucking name? Yarl or some shit. I forgot. Hold on. I don't know why I be forgetting shit like this. You see, the way I forget shit sometimes, ain't no way I should be smoking no goddamn weed. Ain't no goddamn way. Ain't about it. The kid that got shot went to the wrong house. Yarl. That's it. Yarl. I forgot. Yarl something. Went to the wrong house and almost got his head blown off by a guy, the old man that lived there. And of course, the elephant in the room, Yarl was black or is black, and the old man is white. Okay, and it's very interesting how certain people respond to certain things that happen in the news, particularly with things like this where there's shootings that involves a white person and a black person involved in a shooting where one was the victim and one was the perpetrator. It's very interesting to see the different reactions to the different reactions from certain content creators, certain news people, depending upon who the recipient or who the victim was, right? It's very interesting to see the dichotomy, right? The dichotomy between how they respond to certain shit. I think it's very interesting because really what it does is expose the bias and the hypocrisy, okay? Of course, when this happened, And all these right-wing people, you know, of course, towing the line, you know, can't have a independent thought in their brain whatsoever, had an issue with people discussing how a old white man shot a young black boy 2 times for going and knocking on the door, ringing on the doorbell. They don't want us to bring up race in that regard. You know, why are we focused on that? All this, that, and the third. Why is this? Why is that? Especially when they don't have Mike Brown is the kid in that one town. I forgot. Well, he was shot by the cop, and you know, there's some alleged history of robbery and alleged criminal history of this kid, Mike Brown. And so, of course, this justifies his killing because, you know, oh, well, he attacked this, that, and the third. Listen, if the person doesn't have a Mike Brown complex, well, they really don't want you to bring up race. They don't want you to bring up race when the victim has a Mike Brown type of past, right? But they really don't want you to do it if they don't have a past, because they can't throw that in your face as a counter argument, right? Well, Yarl was a good kid. He was into music. You know, he was doing some good things. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a shady past. He was supposed to pick up his twin brothers on another street. And so he was just it was just a mistake. He made a mistake. He knocked on a door, rung a doorbell, and got his head shaved and his forearm blown in half for his troubles. And no one wants to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the question of, well, could the guy have been racist that shot him? Okay, he's 84 years old, right? 84 years old. Think about that. 84 years old is 2022, or it's 2023, so 80 years old. Basically, he was born in when? 1920 or so? I don't know. What age is that? No, not 1920. 1940. Basically born in 1940. Okay? So, I mean, he grew up in a certain era in our history of the United States. He grew up during certain times where they were still hanging people from trees. You see, this is what they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about how long Negroes was getting hung from trees in this country. It didn't stop when slavery ended. Lynchings, all that stuff, tarring, feathering, you know, all that type of shit. Slavery ended. But they want you to believe that as soon as slavery ended, oh, well, everything was made right. That's what they want you to believe. But no, that's not the case. Anyway, he was born in 1940-something. So we're talking about a man, actually, born in 1939. See if I got this right. No. 1940. Somebody help me out here. 40. What's 2023 minus 84? Yeah. Anyway, I can't think of the math right now. All right, leave me alone. But anyway, this guy he grew up in that era, okay? He was probably one of them kids that were in them pictures where you saw Negroes getting hung from street lights, okay? Where they used to do public lynchings. Kids be damned. Yeah, bring the kids along. Let's see it. Let them see us. Okay? So, listen, he's of a certain age. Doesn't automatically make him a racist who just wanted to kill a Negro. That's not automatic. But there is going to be that question in people's minds, like, well, what the fuck? especially knowing the context behind the shooting. Kid shows up to your door, rings the doorbell. That's what you do when you go to somebody's house and you don't own the house. You go and ring the doorbell. That's how you do that. You alert someone to your presence at the door. You know, you're not beating the door down. You're not doing any of that. You're just ringing the doorbell because it's not your house and you're showing a common courtesy to alert the occupier or the owner of the home that you're visiting or that you're coming for a reason. What does this guy do? He shoots him through the goddamn glass window or whatever. No provocation whatsoever. But we're supposed to believe that there's no racial component. That there's no way this man could have been racist. Why? What is this thought? It's natural to want to think about that. You see, when these things happen between the black and the white race and there's these killings and all this other stuff, or these attacks, it comes to mind naturally, right? But it's only supposed to come naturally when it's happening, when the white person is the victim. What the hell is that beeping? That's scary. Anyway, you're not supposed to, it's okay that it's racist when it's happening to a white person. Like that white girl at that college, or that white girl in Chicago that got beat up by a bunch of black kids. We're supposed to believe that that's racially motivated, automatically, off top. And you've seen these people talk about it. The ABLs and the Brandon Tatums. Oh, they don't have, and the O'Shea, not the O'Shea, my bad. The radical black conservative, all these people. And every other right-wing, panderer, right-wing pandocrat, they want you to believe that it's racist when it's happening to a white person. But when it's happening to a black person, oh, well, we got to go through discovery. We got to find out. We got to do this. We got to do that. We got to blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? You see the difference? You see the hypocrisy? Do you see the hypocrisy? Excuse me. If you don't see it, well, I can't take your eyeballs and make you look at it, okay? All I can do is point out and make observations. This is what the fuck is happening. All right? Now, this old man, this old white man, because that's what he is, he's an old white man, has a grandson. Grandson comes out and says, my grandfather was into some weird racist stuff. Into some weird racist things. That's what his grandson says. Well, what do you think? How do you think the Republicans and, Republicrats, these pandering, shilling, all these people that just, their base just floods them with money, so they have to stay on point. They have to stay on code. What do you think? How do you think they're going to respond to that? Well, best believe they're going to go look into the past of the white grandson and see if he's woke, see if he's got left-leaning ideals and all this other stuff, and hope they hope, they wish and they pray that this grandson is a left-leaning nutbag who might be gay. That would be the cherry on top. And so, why would they wish that? So they can dismiss what he says out of hand. Oh, well, he's a woke leftist, blah, blah, blah. He don't know what he's talking about. He probably think everything right. Like, if they even talk about what his grandson said, these are the things, trust me, they are going to search high and low for anything to discredit that grandson. I have something of a kinship with that with the grandson, because my white grandmother was into some racist stuff. You know what I'm saying? But all I have is anecdotal evidence, accounts from my experience from when I was a kid, and when she used to call little N-words every day whenever I pissed her off. But this is just my account. I mean, I could, I got all my brothers and sisters, they can tell you the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But again, what are they going to say about this young man? Are they going to claim, or are they going to maybe assert or assume that he might have been paid to say that shit? Who knows, man? Oh, the left wokers got to him, and the woke leftists got to him, and they paid him to say that his grandfather was into racist stuff and this, that, and the third. Like, trust me, it's not going to be, oh, well, you know what? His grandson says that he was in some racist stuff. Let's find out what happens. No, they're gonna do whatever they can. Am I back, y'all? I'm just gonna have to assume I am. Yeah, I'm going through the mountains right now. Basically, I'm going through the mountains, so it's gonna be probably. This is gonna be interesting. Anyway, so I'm interested to see what certain individuals, certain content creators have to say about what the grandson said, because I have an idea. They're going to accuse him of being paid. They're going to accuse him of being woke. They're going to do all that shit. And yeah, that's what they're going to do, because they want it to be okay that this old white man shot this black boy. It's some perverse, sick, psychosis that they must be suffering from in order to try their best to, diminish what this man did. Okay? I don't give a fuck if he was 104 years old. If he can point a gun and pull the trigger at a human body, you don't get the benefit of the doubt unless you show with facts and evidence that you should get the benefit of the doubt. Until then, you're gonna get treated like everybody else. They're gonna investigate. They're gonna go through a trial. All this good shit. They're gonna try to find out and why you did this shit. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Because in order to determine your punishment, we got to know the intent. We got to try to discover the intent behind it. And if there is any evidence that you had racist leanings, well, then guess what? Guess what? They're going to be like, hey, well, it looks like you're a racist. A kid showed up to your door. You blew his head off, damn near. Let's say a white kid showed up to a black person's door and got same scenario. And let's say, especially if the media doesn't cover it that well, let's say the media basically ignores the story. Maybe like there's like a 2-paragraph, article about it. What's gonna happen. Oh man, these conservatives gonna come out. If they had been the other way around, they would have had this and would have had did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that would give them the ammunition to claim that it was a racist shooting. If it was the other way around, trust me, these people are sick. All right, they're greedy, they're sick. They don't want to upset their base and fuck up their money flow. So guess what? Best believe they would say that the old black man shot the little white boy out of racist hate. Trust me on that. Like, listen, the bias is clear cut and easy to see. The cognitive dissonance is out of this world, out of control. It really is. Like, they suffer from a cognitive dissonance. I'm talking about particularly the people on, I'm talking, and more specifically and more especially, black conservatives that hate black people. Because there are black conservatives that don't hate black people. I'm talking about the black content creators that call themselves conservative. They love Donald Trump, yet they holla pro-freedom bullshit. You know, even though Donald Trump banned bump stocks and called for red flag laws, right? And not only that, but he is for civil asset forfeiture. We're talking about your president. The cognitive dissonance allows them to believe that Trump is doing this to play 4D or 5D chess. Ain't enough D's in the world. Ain't enough D's in the world to justify this. Oh, what a cool little town. Old school town. You got old men sitting out on the porch in a little rocking chair. Interesting. Anyway. So, but this is what I'm talking about. You know, and most everybody sees it. You see, and the worst thing about this is people love being pandered to. They don't want to hear the full truth, right? They want half truths from people that'll pander to them, right? They want half truths from people that want to pander to them. And this is why we stuck. This is why we stuck where we at in regards to you know, the level of tyranny we're experiencing in this country, is because people are not allowed, they're not allowing themselves to think freely, right? To want to hear the truth, to want to be 100% free. They don't want that, right? They want to be comfortable. They want to remain in the Matrix. They're like old boy from the Matrix, the first Matrix, where he sat down with when he was a freed, you know, pod person, right? They freed him. He took the red pill, and then you know, he met up with Agent Smith and wanted to get back in the goddamn Matrix so he can eat steak. All right, this is what these people are. They know the truth, but they are comfortable, right? I've never claimed that freedom is comfortable. I never claimed that a world without government. It's not y'all's internet. It's mine. I'm in the mountains right now. I'm taking the scenic country route in their freedom. So, you know, this is what causes this, right? They just want their ruler to be in charge. You know what I'm saying? They want their particular ruler to be in charge. And that's where this divide comes in. My ruler is better than your ruler. And it's pointless, right? It's pointless to think that, you know, your ruler is going to be better than my ruler, right? At the end of the day, you're being ruled over. This ruler can do some good shit during his term and, you know, make it appear as though, hey, look at all the great things that are happening under this particular president. That sometimes good shit can happen. You can make a lot of money. There can be certain freedoms that be afforded to you, but at the same time, while they're doing that, well, they're slipping. You know, they dipping their fingers in the KY jelly, and they getting ready to slide up in. While you looking over here, they getting ready to slide in from the back, right? With things like bump stock bans, with things like civil asset forfeiture, with things like red flag laws. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, they getting you nice and warm. They warming you up. Getting you nice and loose for the shaft, okay? Trust me, the fingers, that was just to get you a little bit more open. Wait till they come with that shaft. You understand what I'm saying? They gonna come with that shaft, and you're gonna be like, you're gonna wake up one day and be like, man, what the fuck? And the next thing you know, you got that prolapse cracking. Sometimes you got to be that real with it. because we haven't gotten the shaft yet. All we're getting are the fingers. Okay? Trump slid in fingers. Biden slid in some fingers. Obama slid in some fingers. Bill Clinton slid in some fingers. They all give us some fingers, man. Every so many years, every few decades, they give you the shaft. Right? What happened the last time they gave us the shaft? Well, in my opinion, that's when Nixon took us off the gold standard. That was the shaft. You see, that's how it happens. And look how greatly we've been affected by that, right? Look how greatly we've been affected by that. By the fact that he got rid of the gold standard. He took us off the gold standard. That greatly, that caused a lot of issues, man. That did a lot of damage. It made us, the value of, that's why inflation has been able to be so out of control. That's why they've been able to print so much money. That's why they've been able to raise interest rates after they then lowered it all the way to goddamn zero while they were money printing. And even before that, all the recessions before that. What happened with the Great Depression? Well, the stock market crashed, and shit. That was excuse me. That's when that's the time before that they got the shaft. You understand? Without government, there is no depression. Without a monetary system, right? Without a government branded, a government-backed monetary system, there can be no depression, right? There can be no recession. There can be none of that. Without government, you can't have that, because all you have is what you have. And you can't get no more. You can't get no loans. You have to work for what you get. Whether it be through hunting, fishing, mining, whatever you got to do. Growing your own food, starting a farm, however you got to get it, you had to get it. Wasn't no depression. You know what the depression was? Winter. Depression was winter time when you didn't have enough meat stocked up in the freezer. Because wasn't no wild game. Wasn't going to be no wild game out. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I know I'm going way off track here. The bottom line is, what gives people like ABL and all these people the ability to just sit up here and pick and choose when they want to see racism and all that shit? Well, it's because they're base, right? The people that watch them, their supporters. Their supporters have this thing in their mind where they believe that, their side is the better side. And so these people are playing on that. ABL, not so much. He's a little bit more of a free thinker. Okay, he's a little bit more of a free thinker. But all the other ones, trust me, they probably don't believe half the shit they say. Would this fool Brandon Tatum come out? Brandon Tatum came out and said he's done with black people because of the Chicago. I'm done with black people. All right. Do you think he actually believes that? Or do you think he's trying to pander to his white conservative base? Because guess what? He's motherfucking black. He's black. His parents are black. He had black family members. So if you done with black people, you got to be done with all those people. You got to be done with yourself. You see how that works? But he does it to pander. He does it to pander because he believes that these white people that support him want to hear that. He thinks that they want to hear. They want to hear him blast black people. They love it. That's why he does it. That's why he race baits so much, even though race baiting. what I'm saying? You see how he's pimping these people. He's pimping his supporters, okay? That's what he's doing. But we'll see, right? If he ever decides to talk about the grandson of Yarl's attacker, we'll see what he has to say. But it ain't gonna be, oh well, looks like he's racist. Looks like y'all was right. Just like when, and this is what kills me, right? Just like when he told his audience that they need to apologize to him because Damar came out, the guy that got hit and he had a heart attack or his heart stopped on the football field, said that his audience needs to apologize to him because, and said that Cordio Cordis that basically had him all fucked up. Just because he came out and said that in a press conference, we're supposed to just automatically believe it, right? Shut this live down for now, man, until I get out of these damn mountains. But anyway, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. Oh yeah, Damar Hamlin, right? That's just the arrogance. The arrogance to tell your audience that, yeah, y'all need to apologize. I was right. Even though there's no proof that you were right. He just came out and said something with his mouth. He didn't show no kind of receipts. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's that type of shit that he did the same shit with the Uvalde situation. He was 100% wrong. But even then, he told his supporters apologize that he wasn't right. But I tell you what, his audience lit his ass up in them comment sections, in that comment section for the Hamlin thing. But like I said, I'm going to get off of this until I get out of these goddamn mountains, because there's going to be more interruptions, I'm sure. So with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Much love, like, share, subscribe, and we're gonna keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace. As soon as there we go. All right, much love, guys.